welcome to the Isolation Station podcast. A little bit of quarantine content to occupy your ears. We're your hosts, Nikhil and Jack. Nikhil.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Today, we're joined by yet another guest. They just keep coming. This one, there's nothing really funny we can say about him because he's just an absolute unit. It's Rohan.
Thanks for that. Nothing to say about me. That is a shocking existence to live in.
Rohan, your existence is everything I want. I want to be a part of your existence. You just, honestly, it's a compliment. Okay, let's just move past that, actually.
Yeah, probably best.
What's the topic today, then, Nikhil?
Today is about superhero movies, comic book movies, or movies based off comic books like Marvel and DC, and just basically our opinions on it.
This isn't like to do with TV shows or anything, is it?
No, we'll touch on TV shows as well.
Because there's TV shows out there, yeah.
Yeah.
They exist.
My favourite being the TV show of the superhero Orgasmo.
Well,
Just thought I'd say that there.
Yeah, just because we were talking about...
Before we get started,
All right.
if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, make sure you follow, so you don't miss one of our podcasts.
Yes, and also, turns out that the majority of people only watch up to 1 minute and 16 of our podcast, so we've got to get everything done, all the important bits done before that. And we're already 1 minute and 30 in. Okay, moving on. So
Anyway, I thought we would start by just asking Rohan, Marvel or DC?
To be honest,
just to go, which one would you choose to save?
well, since we're talking about cinematic, definitely Marvel.
Yeah.
But in general, I don't have a preference.
Okay, as a franchise, you don't have a preference, but if it's cinematically, you prefer Marvel.
Yeah, just because they're better in every single way. Because all the DC films are just awful.
Well, you could say...
Bar like Wonder Woman and maybe Aquaman, but the others, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if we're talking about the DC EU, but you can go back to the Batman trilogy, which was absolutely beautiful.
They were good films. But yeah, the new and current DC cinematic universe is awful.
Jack?
me, it's not even a competition. I'd always say Marvel. Honestly, they're the only real films that I've watched. I have watched other DC films, but it was just because there's such a following and general understanding that they're a good thing of quality. Good thing of quality. God.
Yeah, I agree. I think Marvel, cinematically, is just superior. Recently at least. But I think as a franchise, I'd probably prefer DC because I just think
I think DC have better heroes and villains.
And villains especially.
Villains are so much better in DC.
Yeah. So what do you say is your favorite character of DC and Marvel, each?
Oh, that's a tough
favorite
one.
character. Oh, this has got to be limited to the movies, surely, because that's what we're talking about.
Well, it's a shame Orgasmo isn't in there, but
You're still waiting on his cinematic debut.
He has done it. Funnily enough, it was.
Has he actually?
He was created by the creators of South Park, so that's why you can tell he's called Orgasmo.
And he's out there saving the world at the moment.
Okay, how about I put it like this? If Mount Rushmore in the US, who would you have the Marvel Mount Rushmore and the DC Mount Rushmore?
That is a very good question. Well, Iron Man has got to be for starters.
Okay, so let's start with Marvel. So Marvel
Iron Man.
Iron Man, probably Captain America. Because if we're thinking around the time that Mount Rushmore was made, that was closer to the 1940s than it is to the 2000s.
Just the current one. If you just had to make not exactly like Mount Rushmore, but that kind of concept.
Well, it's got to be the four key members of the Avengers. So Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and Hulk. Surely.
And I'm not so sure about Hulk.
I'd put Spider-Man in there.
But if it's my preferences, Iron Man would be there, Thor, Spider-Man, and probably Deadpool.
Yeah, that's. I'd probably have Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Thor as well.
I think it's good how we've all pretty much gone for the same people because
they're just because if we're going off the cinematic, Iron Man is the most important.
Yeah,
there's no doubt he's had the most film.
Yeah, also Captain America is the leader though. So be.
Yeah, and Captain America's good old America's bum buddy.
Yeah.
It's just
So of course he's got to be up there.
yeah, it'd be pretty awkward if they named someone Captain America and he wasn't on an American monument that
Exactly.
Yeah.
the other people weren't. Yeah,
Okay,
And
how about for DC?
DC. Well, well, Batman, because Batman is one of the coolest superheroes of all time. Full stop.
I think we just completely brushed over Superman. So like he's got to go on there.
I'd
He's not my
say Batman and
favourite, but he's
Superman
definitely a
are the two
staple.
on there.
Batman, Superman, yeah.
And I'd
Yeah, I
probably
would-
say Wonder Woman and Flash or something like that.
Yeah, these are just heroes, though.
There's nothing.
I would
we
want-
could do villains. We could
If
do
I had a
villains.
chance, I'd 100% put Joker, because, again, he is the best super villain of all time.
Yeah. Okay. How about So we'll do a villains one as well. So we'll do a Marvel and DC together villains.
Are these on different mountains? Are they staring each other down?
The gods just fucking lifted up a couple mountains and put 4 of them in the same place,
Yeah.
facing each other. So we can have the villains and heroes facing each other.
Yeah. Okay. If how about for the DC? Or we'll put them together. Marvel and DC villains, Mount Rushmore. So we'd have Joker on there.
Oh,
Joker,
definitely.
100%. Thanos for
no doubt
Marvel.
about that.
Thanos, yeah.
Hmm.
Loki.
Yeah.
See, I
Yeah.
would say Loki's more of an recently, anyway. He's become more of an anti-hero, so he's not really
Yeah, that's
either
true.
hero or villain. But I probably most likely villain.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely comes off more as a villain. Plus, once you've put him in stone as a villain, and then he
Yeah.
changes to the good side, you're a bit stuffed.
It's a bit
So-
also a bit cliche.
It's
Yeah.
very cliche. It's genuinely written in stone at that point. Anyway, just trying to think.
Well, for another DC one, you've got to have Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Doomsday?
Yeah, Dark Side. I think Dark.
Oh yeah, Darkseid.
Oh
yeah.
god, there's way too many superheroes and villains now. I can't remember.
DC just has such good villains. If
Their
I'm being
villains are
honest.
all really, really cool, and they're
Oh.
not like because what Marvel have done now is they've gone to like space and alternate realities, so
Yeah.
they've got like infinite fucking possibilities of things, whereas DC haven't really done that. So they've got to be creative with what they make.
I mean, they are a bit more grounded, but in Justice League, it was space cubes that was being hunted down by a 7-foot man with horns.
Yeah,
He was a
Also,
Viking.
Justice League isn't really. that.
Justice League. We don't talk about it.
Exactly.
We don't talk about that film.
Yeah.
I guess the way of putting it is, in DC, everything from space falls to Earth, whereas
Yeah.
in Marvel,
Whereas in Marvel, it's either
we're
it
going
may
out
come
into
to Earth,
space.
or yeah, we're going on an adventure to space.
Guardians, we're just gonna.
We're just gonna
Good.
piss around in space for an hour and a half and be done with it.
Yeah.
Call it a movie and sell it. That's what they did.
And make stupid amounts of money off it. And then pay our women actresses less as well, because that's capitalism.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
We've got to do it.
Okay. Let me ask you. What's your favorite DC movie and what's your favorite MC? Oh, we'll say Marvel movie. It doesn't have to be an MCU movie, and it doesn't have to be a DCU movie. It can be any DC movie.
Any DC movie.
Well, we just had the release of Joker and Birds of Prey.
Oh,
didn't we?
Birds of Prey. Right, Birds of Prey.
I haven't actually
well,
watched them.
well, we'll talk about those after this, because I've got a lot to say about them.
After we've said what's good, we can move on to the rest. This is
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
So-
say what's your favorite DC movie?
I don't know. See, I would say that the new Joker with Joaquin, but I don't think it is my favorite. It's really good, but it's definitely not my favorite.
you got to think. What's
I'd
the
have
movie
to
that?
say Wonder Woman, actually. The first Wonder Woman.
Oh yes,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Definitely,
that was
definitely.
a really, really
That
good
was a
film.
good
I
movie,
really
yeah.
enjoyed it.
I remember a
Have you
lot
seen
of
that?
what the first one,
Yeah.
not the one that we.
hasn't come out yet, has it?
No,
Yeah,
Wonder Woman
84.
84. I can't wait for that. That looks good as well.
Yeah, I'll put that down for a bit later. But okay, so you'd say Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Jack?
I hate the fact that you keep stealing the good ones. I haven't even finished the Dark Knight trilogy yet.
I'd personally go for the Dark Knight as the best DC movie with the
It
Joker.
is, yeah,
With
the first one,
Heath, yeah.
Heathy boy.
I'd definitely go for that. I think that's one of
Okay.
the best movies of all time. Period.
So what you've done there is stolen the only two good ones, and now I'm sort of left. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean the other ones in the Dark Knight weren't too bad. Batman Begins was a bit dodgy, but the other one with Bane, Tom Hardy as Bane,
That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
that was a good film.
I like the
What-
first one as well. I think that was better than the third one.
There are a lot of good reviews about Aquaman and Shazam. We
To
forgot
be-
about Shazam.
Forgot about
Shazam
Shazam.
is sick.
Shazam was so good, man.
It was.
Everyone
so
forgot
good.
about
It got a
Shazam.
bit-
So
it dragged
good.
along a bit at the end.
You know what? I
Yeah, a
haven't.
little bit, but it was
It was a comic book movie.
really good attempt from DC to make sort of like a comedy film.
Yeah, it's sort of what Marvel have been leaning into, and
Yeah.
so
DC have always been sort of the darker sort of like you see
That's
this
their
stuff
brand.
in Batman v Superman and stuff. But Shazam was a really good change of pace, I think, for what DC tried to go for
I think
originally.
Shazam is the perfect example of like a comic book as a movie.
Yeah. Oh well, other than
and
Deadpool.
yeah, Deadpool. I was thinking.
And
that.
also Into the Spider-Verse, I think that's a sick
Oh,
version of comic book.
That is my
Oh.
favorite Marvel film of all time. I love
Yeah,
that film.
That movie is so good.
That film is incredible.
It's easily the best Spider-Man movie. In my
Just the
opinion.
art style, the music, all of it. So
Yeah.
It
good.
was so good. I can watch that 100 times.
Could you say that's the best Spider-Man though? Because I really enjoyed the Raimi trilogy. The Raimi trilogy.
Don't
the
even
second
get
one.
me started on that.
Which one?
Does that mean good things or bad
The
things?
Raimi, the Spider 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire.
I think number 2 was one of the best movies.
Oh, I
Like
dislike
the
those
third one.
films.
Wait,
Those
you dislike
films-
them? What?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those films at all.
I can
I
understand
think
the
they're
third one,
so
Your opinion
They're
has been
so
invalidated, Rohan. I'm
just-
kicking you.
they're just so American and sort of this is just
Ah, dear.
first off, the script writing is shocking, like
It's
unbelievable.
It's campy. It's meant to be. It's the sort of.
Yeah, but it's not. I think Marvel actually like properly taking over Spider-Man was good, because then you get good ideas, good story, good whatever. I'm not going to knock the first 3 too much. They're not like horrible films. Generally, they're okay, but I dislike them.
Okay, I think
I
everyone disliked
personally-
the third one, but the first.
Well,
and
the
second
third one
were
was
movies.
the third one was easily the worst.
It was the
There's-
worst, but I
there-
still thought it was good.
That is my case in point of poor script writing.
Yeah,
writing.
that is true. The third one is a poor movie all around, but the second one is beautiful in my opinion.
There's the second one with Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Doc Ock. And,
Okay,
and
to be
just
fair, yeah, that one's
Beautiful
a good film.
the
I
power
think
of
that's
sun
beautifully
in the
directed.
palm of my
I think that
hands.
was a very good movie.
Yeah,
The
no,
first
and the
one was good
action
as well.
sequence.
I think the first one was sick with.
Cool.
No, I'm not a fan of those films. The second one's all right, but generally, no, it's a no from me.
It's
Okay,
not-
okay. What would you say is your favorite Marvel movie, and then what's your favorite MCU movie? We'll do them separately.
Right, my favorite Marvel movie is Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, okay, that's understandable.
My favorite MCU
MCU.
movie. God, that's a hard one. Maybe Doctor Strange.
Doctor.
Such an underrated sort of character. Because when you
I
think
that's an underrated movie, to be
superheroes,
fair.
when you think
I really
superheroes
enjoy
pre,
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that brought into like a complete different MCU movie, different.
I'm really looking forward to the next one.
it's meant to be
whenever that comes
R-rated
out.
and like really
That's going to be
horror.
good.
Mm.
And it's meant to have Scarlet Witch in. All of our favorite red wizard
Yeah,
people.
I'd probably say either the Winter Soldier. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
What's my best?
You quite liked Civil War.
I love Civil War. I think it's. I actually, yeah, I think
Civil-
that's the best.
Civil War was really good because it was more of a like Avengers movie than a Captain America movie.
Yeah,
So it
That's-
basically put the point as a new Avengers movie, but labeled itself as a Captain America movie, which means we essentially got two an extra
Yeah.
Avengers movie.
But that's like part of the problem I had with that movie was because you had all these characters in it and you're only following like one or two storylines.
Yeah.
You could have done a lot more if that was an Avengers movie.
Again, it would have been better if it was Avengers Civil War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
I
you
get
could
that,
have maybe a bigger threat or some sort of more interlacing with the ties between the alliances and
No,
the
but
sides
I
that they
think the point
pick.
of that
But
movie is to show like the biggest threat to the Avengers is themselves. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I
Yeah,
think that's what they were trying to show, and also it was. I think you can see it as a Captain America movie because it is based around Captain America and Bucky.
yeah, no, that's
yeah,
what I
it is.
mean.
It is all
Is that
about Captain America,
it really
basically.
it anchored itself to that, but then brought in all the other characters and just did next to nothing with them. It was just they were there to fight each other.
Plus, again, I think
I
it
think
did get a
Iron Man
little
had a good arc.
shaky. To the end, it got a little bit shaky with Iron Man finding out that Bucky killed his parents.
Yeah,
That, I mean, you wouldn't start a fight over that shit when it was. You might, but I mean, it's sort of a thing. Bucky was under mind control, so I think there's a fairly logical
I mean, like
explanation.
Iron
but
Man's
then again,
parents dying.
that comes down to like Tony Stark as a character, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
it does. Yeah, I understand that as well. Yeah, I totally understand that.
I
He's
mean,
not
it's
the
not
kind of
his
guy to
origin
just.
story, but it's very similar to some of his driving forces that he doesn't want to be like he wants to be like his father, but he can't do him any prouder because he's already dead.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I guess it doesn't add much that Bucky was the one that killed him, and I think you are right in saying that he's had about 20 odd years to get over it at this point.
And he knows Bucky was under mind control.
Mm.
So that is, it's a good film overall, but just the ending, I think, lowers that for me.
I think the fight scenes in that movie are still unmatched to this day.
Oh, those fight scenes are really, really
The
good.
airport fight scene, and especially the last fight
The
scene
last fight
between-
scene, yeah,
the amount of emotion packed into like Captain America and Iron Man fighting each
it's
other.
really good.
And it's because you know both of the characters, and you know that neither of them is the bad guy. That makes it a bit better than, say, when you see Thor fighting Thanos or something.
Yeah.
Because you get the perspectives from both of them, and you feel for both of them. You want them both to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also think the Winter Soldier as a movie, like directed and like the choreographed fight scenes, I think that was one of the best MCU movies. The Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yes, I've seen some of the behind the scenes for those
Winter
choreographs.
Soldier, that was the one that introduced Black Panther, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah. No,
Oh, no.
no, that was Civil War. That was Civil
That
War.
was Civil War. Sorry, Winter
Winter Soldier's
Soldier. Yeah,
introducing Bucky as the Winter
yeah,
Soldier.
yeah, he's
and-
yeah.
Oh, Bucky's alive again. He was rescued by the Inuits or the Snow People.
What, in Germany?
In
I think it
Germany.
was Hydra, wasn't it?
It was Hydra. The Inuits. Are
I
you
don't-
insane?
Are you cracked out of your head right now?
The Inuits are in fucking America, not Germany.
Oh no! What have I done? Oh,
No, he was rescued by Arnim Zola of Hydra.
Yeah, that little short guy that looked a bit like, I don't know what he looked like.
oh,
Fish.
him, the fish guy,
The one with
Yeah.
thick, round glasses.
Yeah.
and he plays like all sorts of characters everywhere. He's in everything.
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor, actually, but
He's very versatile. Yeah. Oh, and like the main villain was actually him, but as a computer, because they had somehow managed to get working AI back in the 1940s, 1950s.
transferring his
Yeah.
consciousness.
Which is just a bit worse, actually.
Again, that for me sort of lowers that film standing because that's just sort of a cheap out.
Plus,
The
like,
real villain is this computer guy who's been locked in a shield safe for 60, 70 years.
and like
No.
moments after you find out that, oh, it's this guy, oh, it's a computer that's been orchestrating this. He's
Yeah.
blown up by missiles that he sent on himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
Just to kill Captain America. And it's like
and he failed at that as well.
He failed at that. It was such an underwhelming reveal, and it didn't really add much.
No, it just added, oh, this guy's been doing shit for a while.
It's like, hey, do you remember
There you
this
go.
actor that we managed to get back for the second movie? That's him.
All right, let's go through the other nominations you could say for the best MCU movies. So I'd say there's Iron.
Deadpool.
That's not an MCU movie, though, is it?
Well, it's a Marvel film.
It's a Marvel film.
Deadpool,
People,
when it came out, had so much hype around it, and I think it just delivered on it, and it was just so funny.
I remember
It was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, and
It-
more, I think.
it really just it
Because
knew what
after
the
that-
audience wanted.
After that depressing view of Deadpool in Wolverine Origins or whatever fucking
was-
film that was.
Yeah, it was
X-Men Origins or whatever.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, that was
I think
so
they're planning on
bad.
doing other
Oh,
origins.
we've got to talk about the X-Men at some point because that's just a series of movies that just keeps on giving the good stuff. With
I don't know about that. Okay. So we said Deadpool. How about Avengers 1, Iron Man 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 1?
you keep
Yeah.
saying one, but like there are a couple good sequels. I think I quite like
Guardians 2.
Guardians 2,
I
Iron
was a
Man
huge
3.
fan.
Iron Man 2 was all right. It wasn't
I wasn't a fan of Iron Man 2.
amazing. It was all
No, but
right.
Iron Man 3 I'm on about. I really liked Iron Man 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was just average.
I thought that was one of the worst films I have ever seen.
No, it was good. Because like
I
you see
really
it,
did not like Iron Man 3.
you see it from a perspective where he's got nothing going for him. He's dealing with the post-traumatic stress of seeing space,
Yeah,
and he's got
I
these
liked
panic
the-
attacks.
I liked the character development, but I did not like the film. Because the way they just got rid of the villain Mandarin, just like that.
Yeah,
I
the
thought that was a
Mandarin could have
decent
been
plot
such
twist,
a
but
sick villain.
Because
and he is going to
Mandarin,
be
in my
because they got the new
opinion,
movie. They got the new.
is one of the better
Marvel
super villains in Marvel because of who he is, and they just fucking glossed over that with this. What was his name? The actor's name?
I don't know what the actor's name was.
I don't even know.
I don't know, but it was such a funny reveal. He's like, "Hello, my name is," and then
It's like
his name, and then
something.
Trevor Slattery.
Yeah, what a retard.
Iron Man breaks into his house and he's like gonna kill him, and then he's just like, "No, don't kill me. I'm just an actor." Trevor Slattery, nice to meet you.
I imagine that like.
I was just like, "What?
What am I just walking?"
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, you've got to be joking! No way!" And that actor is like the perfect person to play the actual Mandarin because he does look remotely like him.
In all the like propaganda material they had in the as well, Mandarin when he's taking over like the internet and stuff like that, he looks sick.
I thought this dude's next level. This guy's such a cool villain. And it turns out
to this movie is just.
Then he's just sick. Like, "Hello, my name is Trevor Slattery," and you're like, "What? Excuse me?" And it turns out to be this fucking Aldrich Killian bloke who can make a cup of tea without a kettle.
Yeah, like the fake Human Torch or something.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know. Like the real villain is people taking down capitalism by just boiling their own water. That's what it's really all about.
That's all he can. Well, wow, he can breathe a little bit of fire, but he does that once in the entire film and is never explored again.
Yeah, what I did like is when Iron Man summoned all of his suits.
That was one of the most visually pleasing scenes I had seen in film.
That's like one of the lead up to Avengers Assemble at the end of Endgame.
I feel like they spent so much time planning that scene that the rest of the movie is just out the window.
It's like we've got to get them all in this place.
Much time like animating and CGIing all that bit of the film and stuff. And like, shit, guys, we're running out of money for the scripts. Fucking give it to Trevor fucking Slattery. He can write it.
Yeah.
It puts himself in the film.
That was a good scene. That was a very fun scene to watch. I think the movie
was a funny scene, but in hindsight, the movie was poor.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna...
I agree.
Oh.
Okay. How about Avengers 1?
What about
Avengers 1? Generally, good film.
I think
generally
it was I think as the culmination of all the other movies that came before.
It definitely represented what the other movies were in tone, especially.
It put a foot into the door of what superhero films could become.
Yeah, what a cinematic universe could be.
Yeah,
because
it allowed all the other films, all the other Marvel films and DC, whatever films, to just push through and make some of the best cinema. Well, not some of the best cinema, but some of the best CGI and practical effects and all of that.
Especially the music when they're all
music as well
back to back, like facing the aliens. And then they're all just like together. That was sick.
When you think about what Marvel movies became after that as well, just they were gaining so much popularity
Yeah,
because
I think
everyone was
that-
hyped
What,
about
you
this. And they
mean
just
you mean Thor 2 that came out after
Thor
it?
2. Yes.
one of crucially one of the worst films ever made.
That's probably the worst Marvel movie made in my eyes.
Absolutely zero doubt about that. That film is shocking. Just
The thing is,
the script,
the villain was
practical.
just so
Oh.
bad.
They could have made so much more out of the
Exactly.
villains, the Dark Elves. They could have been so fucking cool, but no,
But then
they're just
but then-
these blokes.
They're just
but
there.
then
hanging out.
I think they tried to make Thor a bit too serious, and then when they turned him into a comedian in Thor 3, that was just
Yeah.
beautiful.
They went Thor down
Ragnarok.
this serious route, alien who's come to Earth, not knowing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have you noticed how they
Take
do
Thor-
that with all of them? All of the new Marvel movies are comedies.
Yeah, I think
Well, that's
because
just-
at the end of the
that's-
day, that's what a comic book movie should be. It should be made to be a bit funny. That's what comic is, being
Yeah, I know. That's their brand now, though.
Or at
They
least
can't go back.
or at
on
least
that
have
without-
hints of comedy in it.
exactly. When it's serious,
Not-
it is serious. When it's not,
Exactly, like they did in Infinity War and Endgame.
Infinity War,
There were
yeah.
really serious bits with Thanos, and there were comical bits with like Guardians or Thor.
like Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Or Iron
having a
Man,
bit of
yeah.
banter.
And then like
when
at the
Thor
end
just-
when they don't
Yeah.
they don't crack a joke at the end like
Yeah, like in the
say-
final when they're just about to get the glove off Thanos on Titan, like that bit was super serious. No one was cracking jokes or anything. Peter Quill was being a arsehole.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
his
the
character, and it
MCU's
worked
had,
really
what,
well
20
because it was
23 films now, and they over 10 years, and they like topped off with it's sort of like a two-part Infinity War then Endgame.
Yeah.
What would you say is better, Infinity War or Endgame?
I really liked Endgame, and I know that Nikhil disagrees with that.
I do disagree with that. I think
I would say, in my opinion, probably Infinity War.
I would say Infinity War as well. It's not that Endgame was a bad movie, but I think the stuff they did with Thor and Hulk, just wasn't a fan of.
The Thor thing I dislike. I totally understood it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Just like Thor was such a badass in Infinity
like-
War. He was like the
like-
coolest thing ever.
At the beginning of that film, we see Thor chopping Thanos' head off and saying, "I did go for the head."
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, haha, such a funny scene. But if you look like in the deep roots of it, you could tell that's when Thor breaks and becomes like really
Yeah, that's
depressed
what ruined him.
because he didn't manage to save his people or the universe or half the universe.
Yeah.
So he's letting that go
It
on
was too late.
his
basically.
shoulders. Yeah. I mean he was so close to it at the end of Infinity War.
Mm,
But
And that's why I think
he was
it-
the only one at that time who could have done it, but
yeah.
didn't manage to. So he's putting all of that on his shoulders, and it ruins it, and that's why he becomes all depressed and stuff.
Yeah. It makes sense, but I just didn't like it. He's like supposed to be a god. He's supposed to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
wield the
that-
strongest weapon in the universe, and he's just there playing Fortnite.
Okay, the Fortnite
I think-
scene screwed me over a bit because
They were trying to go like mainstream, or I don't even know what they were.
They made a
With the
fucking
Fortnite
deal
stuff.
with Epic, didn't they?
Yeah,
yeah, because then you had Thanos suppose in
the
Fortnite.
most-
Fortnite.
The most popular video game at the time with the most hyped up movie of all at the time go together. Of course,
Yeah.
loads of money is going to be made from that. I'm sure they made just a ridiculous amount of money from that. It's like stupid amounts.
Stupid amounts. Yeah.
Although I can't imagine someone going to the cinema for a superhero movie and then seeing that Fortnite cameo and going, you know what,
But
I
let's
want
be
to go
honest-
play Fortnite right now.
You know,
yeah, but I
some
think it's just
people
trying to
definitely did
reinforce
that.
it.
And then, of course, Epic did the thing with Marvel. So they had
Oh, yeah,
Thanos,
no.
they had Thor, and they had all that in the game. So people were like, oh shit, I want to go play that now.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people. Me, Adam, Jacob, and Jack went to watch Endgame, and then we all came back to my house, and I just sat there playing Fortnite.
Yeah, there you go.
Psychology. You've been
Not a
tricked
grown, but a 17-year-old boy. Just well.
tricked by the system. Yeah, Nikhil, you can't really grow that
I
much.
personally think Thor in Infinity War is probably like the coolest superhero of like when he enters the battle.
Oh,
in
definitely.
Wakanda with his
That-
just-
The music
Stormbreaker.
behind that, oh my god, that is
I
one of
watched
my
that
favorite
scene.
scenes in cinema.
I watched that scene on my phone like 100 times, like during that period.
It
I
was
was
such a
gassed so
good
much.
scene. Such a good scene.
Like,
That's
it's
probably
it's
my. If someone asked
hair-raising.
me your favorite scene in the MCU, I'd probably say that. It was
That
sick.
or the final battle at the end of Endgame. The beginning of that.
Oh,
Final battle at the
yeah,
end of
that was
game,
sick.
where he says
The
Avengers
beginning where
assemble.
they're charging at each other, when the armies are charging each other.
Actually, no, I'd go a little bit before that, when you got Captain America facing down the entire
Oh
army.
yeah,
Oh,
and
when he
then
just
Falcon's
stood
just
there
on
with,
your
like-
left.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
stood there
Half
with,
a
like,
shield
half
and a
shield.
hammer.
And
Yeah,
you got
that
his
was sick.
hand like, oh my god, it was just makes me warm inside.
And when Iron Man died, I cried. If I'm being honest,
No, it was
I didn't cry.
sad.
I was very sad. I didn't cry, but I
But-
was very sad.
Robert Downey Jr. Jesus Christ, the amount of money he's made off that.
Have you seen how
Chris
like
Brown
it
played
tracks
Tony
up?
Stark.
He makes like a couple million on his second film, or like less than $1 million on his first one, and it just keeps going up. And he's
Absolutely,
getting
obviously.
hundreds of millions from
He
that
is-
last one.
He is the most important character.
Yeah,
He is the most. No one comes close.
and they showed that like every movie he's in just makes more money.
Yeah.
They're going to offer him more and more. They're going to give him more and more money for being the star of the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah,
Universe.
people will go and watch him act basically as Iron Man. That's what people want to see.
Yeah, and he's
Yes.
so good at it because it's basically him in real life.
Exactly. He's literally born to be Tony Stark.
Okay, but now that we don't have him, who do you think is going to replace him? Because
Well,
obviously Marvel
reason,
wants-
let's be honest.
In
the story
Far
itself,
From
it's gonna
Home, it was they were wanting Spider-Man, obviously.
They want, yeah, that's what they're going for. But I don't think that's going to be it.
But
I would think
There's no, you can't replace him.
exactly.
You can
Are
try.
they-
We'll
you-
try.
they're going to have to get new people to try and replace him because soon they're going to start. Well, Captain America's out as well. Thor's going to be in the new Guardians film. We don't know
Thor's
how much
staying.
more. Don't know how much more for longer though. I
think
know he's
he'll
in the
be
new Guardians film.
I think he'll be in the next Avengers movie.
I think he's got his own movie as well. He's got
That'll
Love
be
and
him
Thunder.
done.
Oh yeah, he's got
Thor-
Thor: Love
yeah.
and Thunder.
I think he
I mean,
probably
there's
has
a.
Mm.
Do you think they're going to replace him with Natalie Portman, and then she's going to turn up for the
If
rest
they
of the?
do that, I will leave the MCU. I'll be
No,
gone.
that's reportedly what's going to happen.
I know.
I
That's
know
what
that she's
happens in
definitely going to
comics
be
as
Thor, but like, there's tons of Thors. There's a frog Thor called Throg.
Yeah.
For the love of God, it's just you
Well,
can
I
do
mean-
a lot.
See, if you go off base like since the new era of Marvel, should I say,
Yeah,
and the replacements for the old era, so Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, whatever, Hawkeye,
well.
whatever.
Marvel.
Hawkeye.
So, well, Captain Marvel's technically new era.
Yeah, I'd say she's new here.
I think
she's
she's.
like-
I think Disney's
She-
gonna want her to be the new face of Marvel.
Her or Spider-Man.
Everything
Yeah,
after
but
Doctor Strange
I
could
think
be
what they've done
considered
with
new.
her
I
is
think.
just so poor. The movie was so bad.
Yeah, the movie
introduction
wasn't
was
great.
Not good.
She didn't have a lot of time in the end game.
Exactly.
No, she was there for like 2 minutes total screen time, and it was just
just punched Thanos a bit and then just got booted out of the movie by
Yeah.
the Power Stone.
I remember just like being so particular about having to go see Captain Marvel in cinemas so that we have the full backstory for only to be in it for like 5 seconds to
Yeah.
then get punched out and not even
I
do
would,
the
I
thing
would
that wins.
absolutely would have been fine watching Endgame without.
Yeah, but that's why they did it. That's why they released it
Because
first.
she appears at the beginning. It's like,
Saves
we
Iron Man.
rescued this boy, goes up to space, kills Thanos, and then the next time we see her, she's a hologram talking to what's her name, Black Widow,
Black Widow, who's
and
eating a sandwich.
Rhodey and all that, and then
Mm.
she disappears, and then we see her about 2 hours later in fucking on Earth in the scene destroying his ship, and
It's
that's
like something's coming through the atmosphere. What is it?
Fly straight through the ship.
that was a cool scene as well. That was a cool
I think
scene.
she's just
But
a
then
bit too overpowered.
Then Thanos headbutts her, does nothing. And then he does probably one of the coolest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Just whips out the Power Stone, punches her in the face, and puts her
that
back
was
in.
sick.
That was
sick.
so good. Like, that was supposed to be like an oh shit, that means he's
Yeah.
gonna win. That means he's gonna win. I was like, no, that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. She just got fucking power punched. Like
Yeah, and
literally
then-
fucking sucker punched into next week.
And then when you see Iron Man on the floor panning to him with the Infinity Stone in his hands, I was
Yeah.
just like, no, it's happening.
See, that's sad because that was spoiled for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew Iron Man was going to die. Someone spoiled for me that Iron Man was going to
Yeah, I
die,
knew that
and
too.
someone spoiled for me Iron Man got hold of the Infinity Stone. So I was like, if you put one and one together,
Yeah.
Iron Man gets hold of the Infinity Stones, does his thing, he dies. Simple as.
Yeah, there were a lot of spoilers surrounding that thing, weren't there? It was just a bit disappointing with
I
people.
was told Iron Man would die, and I was told Black Widow would die. I didn't really care.
Oh,
about
I
Black
told about Black Widow. Yeah, that again. Yeah, I don't really. I'm
She's
excited
very-
for the film though. I'm very
Yes.
excited for that film. That film looks
Widow.
alright.
I'm
She
not-
was an underdeveloped character because she was introduced to us, having already gone through all of her character arc and
Yeah,
you know,
but
all the
even-
development.
The new film doesn't even go through. Well, I don't even know what the new film when it's set. Because it's
It's-
obviously not
okay.
set after.
I think it's started after Endgame.
How can it be set after Endgame? She's fucking dead.
She died.
Ah.
So it might be
yeah.
set after like the first Avengers, the first Avengers film.
I don't know. I think it's probably set after Avengers 2. That's what I'm thinking.
I would have to see.
I'm excited to see a live action Taskmaster because you've seen him do
Yeah,
a couple things.
Taskmaster
in the,
is one of my
Taskmaster's
favorite villains
Villains.
as well.
Yeah, but I mean, he's such a cool concept for a villain as well. It's just
Yeah,
I want to go see him take down or try to take down Black Widow using Captain America's shield and using the Black Panther moves and Hawkeye. It just looks good fun. It just looks like fun.
Okay, let's go.
okay.
Let's move on.
It's set after Captain America: Civil War. That's when it's set.
Okay. Okay, let's move. Okay, we've talked about the movie. Voice break. We'll talk about the movie. We've talked about the movies. Let's talk about the TV shows, Marvel TV shows. We'll start with the Netflix shows. Daredevil.
They're some of the
Jessica Jones,
best ones.
Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
Best
I think
being Daredevil.
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 Oh my
Daredevil.
god,
All
Daredevil.
3 seasons.
so good.
Some of
All
the best
three
TV
were
I've ever
really,
watched.
really good. Unbelievable. I love
Jessica
those.
Jones season 1 was elite as well.
Some
All-
people.
Season
Oh.
1 of Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Luke Cage were all good.
David
Iron
Tennant
Fist.
as the villain. That was good.
I think Iron Fist. I think he's got one of the coolest stories out.
He's got one of the
anything
coolest
out there.
stories. Season 1 was shocking. I thought
It
season
was so
2 was
bad.
all right. I thought season 2 remedied quite a few things.
I think season 1. I think season 1
But-
started off pretty alright.
But season 2 could have been even better if season 1 was better.
Yeah, I get
And
that.
If they had a
built
better
off that.
foundation for it.
Yeah.
And then we got Luke Cage as well, which I don't know if a lot of people have watched.
Right.
I'm
Luke
not sure.
Cage, in my opinion, season 1 good, season 2 not as good.
It's not as good, but it was still pretty good. Like when they
Yeah.
when they introduced Iron Fist. Was that season 2 Luke Cage in Iron Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was one
Iron Fist
episode.
in Luke Cage season 2.
Yeah, it was like episode 5 or something, episode 6.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, and then you got the whole Defenders series. That was
Yeah,
like
what
8
I thought
episodes
was
long.
Cool was when Iron Fist punched Luke Cage in Defenders, and you saw the Iron Fist going through like Luke Cage's like bulletproof skin.
Yeah, and Luke Cage was just like, what the
What?
fuck?
Yeah,
What?
I thought that was sick.
Yeah, that was Defenders in my opinion also was quite a good series.
Yeah,
See, a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was,
I think it was just average. I didn't think it was amazing. But
It
I
ended
don't
up-
know, I don't think it was amazing. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah.
There's a difference there.
I think
It was
trying to be a
it was
bit
good
too
TV.
Avengers like.
It could have been it could have been better, but then again, there's only one series of it. There could have been more series. We don't know. They Marvel cancelled all of them.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think they
because
cancelled it
Shame.
because they want to.
Disney.
I've read online that they're planning an Iron Fist reboot on Disney Plus, which I think would be amazing.
I hope they get the same actor in there. I thought that actor played a really good
I think-
Really?
Danny Rand.
I thought he was really. I thought it was a really poor actor, but as
No,
he's a
but
bad he's a bad actor, but
You
you think
can't
he suits
help
the
the
character.
acting with the script.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but any good
That is
actor
very
will be
true.
able to make a bad script work in some sense. Like you
Not
you
if
can
the
make it.
script is awful. Just
Mm.
if you think about it, maybe that was his attempt of making a really shit script like better in a sense.
Yeah,
I guess when you're looking down at a sheet of paper and it just says the words, it's a bit hard to get the emotion through. And I don't really feel that connected to Danny Rand. He didn't
I
really.
mean, the
I think
actor. I'm not going to argue with you. The actor definitely could have been better, but I thought in terms of how close sort to comic books, I thought he played a really close
Yeah,
representation.
I 100%
Oh, yeah,
agree.
no,
I
no,
think
no,
he was.
that's a
I
good
think
point,
he was.
actually.
I think he portrayed Danny Rand really well, and he portrayed
played-
Iron Fist
yeah.
really well as well.
But the script definitely didn't help him with that. The script was just so cringy.
Yeah.
The story itself probably could have been rounded up in a couple
yeah,
of
and the
episodes.
story-
Like,
I watched it the other day when he was like, "It's not about the money. It's just about me as a person." I'm just like, "Oh, that's just a bit
Yeah,
too
that is story and script fault.
he can't say that in a way that's going to sound good.
And it definitely improved with season 2, like
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I think the Iron Fist is one of the coolest stories in like comic.
Yeah, it's just this rich kid
Sick.
on a plane off to wherever or back to America or whatever. The plane crashes, his family dies, and he gets found by this hidden secret group of monks, and he trains with them and all that, and then he
the dragon
kills a
and
dragon,
the
for fuck's
Fist.
sake, and gets this mystical power known as the Iron Fist.
Which is just a so much better origin story than the other orphan stories that are out there, where just like, oh, I was a rich
Batman,
kid.
I became
went
rich and I went to a known monastery and became a crime fighter.
It was
Yeah.
like,
Didn't even get any superpowers in the fucking meantime either. He
yeah.
just got
How many dragons did Batman kill? Like, okay, let's be real here. Not enough. That's the answer.
not enough.
Not enough.
I would be down to see a Batman fight a dragon. I would be down.
Wait,
for
wasn't
No.
there that ninja film? There was the ninja film, wasn't there? Where Batman was a ninja in Japan. Did he fight a dragon in that? Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
I
I
haven't seen
didn't
it
watch
either.
that either.
It's on Netflix. I see it, but I didn't watch it.
It just doesn't
Okay,
look like
So
enticing
we've talked about the
thing.
Netflix shows, but how about
Yeah.
Disney Plus shows? So we've got Falcon, the Winter Soldier.
Oh, the one we're excited.
Loki,
I'm excited for
WandaVision.
Loki. I am
I'm excited for
100%.
Loki as well.
WandaVision looks so cool, but so fucking weird as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what I really want
It
because
looks
Wanda's-
so like mind twisty, which
Yeah,
is
I know.
which is cool. It's so cool.
Because when we
Yeah,
touch
I
on
agree.
Wanda's powers, it's all just, oh, I can lift objects. But in the comic books, she has all
She's
these
like the
minds.
most powerful being in the universe.
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
point.
And I really want to see what she can do in that because I really want it to be some reality altering rubbish. And that'll be really cool to see.
The Loki
Loki,
one's gonna be cool. I think that one's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
I really
Find
want
out
to see
what
him.
happened after Endgame and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, because I forgot Loki steals the Tesseract,
Tesseract.
Stone.
and
Yeah,
that
the Tesseract, yeah.
and then that's the branch off. Loki's the branch off from that, isn't it? The series.
Yeah. So he gets to
So, yeah.
undergo all of the development that he does after that in a different way. And he's
So
going to be time hopping everywhere because
Yeah.
he's being captured by the time agency or whatever they are.
Yeah, obviously they've all been delayed because of COVID, but they will eventually come out. And I think they'll all be coming on Disney Plus, won't they? So
Yeah, yeah.
they're
And I
just
think
trying to really
they're all
push Disney
limited.
Plus. Like,
They're all
even I
limited
think about
series.
not cancelling Netflix, but like getting Disney Plus. It looks sick.
Yeah, because Disney Plus, it's got hundreds of its own properties, and it's
Yeah.
slowly making more ones, and they're good ones too. The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is a beautiful TV show.
Mandalorian
It's a
is
beautiful TV show.
Okay,
We could compare this though to the DC series, because we haven't talked about that, but the DC
yeah, I was just
series.
about to go on to that. Like, I
Well, you
think-
actually got you.
yeah, I got okay, what would you say is your favorite DC TV show? If you have one, that is.
Mine's a bit off because it's technically not DC, but it is also technically DC, and that
Yeah,
is
go on.
Lucifer.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, yeah, no, that works.
I
Because
don't-
it's not a great TV show, but it is so much better. Oh, actually, wait, Titans.
Yes. Oh my god, I forgot about Titans.
Titans.
I haven't seen season 2 of it
So
yet.
that, in my opinion, that is a really good DC attempt
Oh,
of going really dark and gritty and like that. That is a really good TV show.
okay,
They have their own tone thing, don't they? Where like the Flash and Arrow and
Oh yeah, it's
they all feel the same. Smallville and
Yeah, I don't-
Superwoman,
Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl.
Supergirl. That's the name. But they also have their smaller ones, don't they? Because they've got the Runaways, or not the
They've
Runaways.
got
Runaways is
DC
Marvel.
Legends of
That's
Tomorrow.
Marvel. Legends of Tomorrow, and then they got another one that's like
They've got
Time
They've
Crisis.
got Batwoman actually.
That apparently that's just really bad.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Crisis on Infinite Earth. That's what it's called. like they do have a lot of series going, and I think that's what they're pushing more than they are the like DCEU.
But in my opinion, the TV series aren't even that good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Similar with Iron Fist, just the writing is so poor and the acting is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
like
acting is unbelievably shit.
Have you watched Gotham? It's on Netflix.
Yes, I
Gotham, that's
have.
another one.
I quite
Yeah.
enjoyed Gotham.
I thought that was solid.
I thought
That's
I thought that was a
from
pretty
like
good one.
superheroes and people like that, and just sticks to like a regular.
But
police
again, for
officer.
me, some of the acting in that is a bit weird. Like
I think it got worse and worse and worse.
the
Yeah.
acting between Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle. Like that is
Yeah,
iffy
but
acting.
It's
they were
weird.
kids, weren't they? They were kids.
Yeah.
You can sort of forgive that.
I mean, no.
Mm.
Yeah.
But they weren't children. They were
Yeah, I
late
agree.
teenagers. They were like 17, 18.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's not really an excuse for that. Again, maybe it's just poor scripting. But
Yeah.
with them, I feel like they could have acted that off the poor scripting.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to ask you was Batman vs Superman. What are your thoughts on that movie? Because I've seen some people say they like it. A lot of people say they don't like it. But I think it wasn't as bad as people say.
Well, there was a lot of hype behind it.
Yeah.
For one.
Oh, so much hype.
I was decently excited for it.
I was very excited. Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. That is a movie title.
I 100% knew it was going to have a cliche ending where
Yeah.
the two guys fighting are going to team up and fight something else.
Yeah.
But that's what they do with a name like Batman v Superman. Like
yeah.
I think it's a bit more
in
hate
America, Captain America: Civil War, they didn't just put Captain America versus Iron Man. It was Civil War because the two groups had to make themselves.
To be fair, they are going off the name of comics.
Yeah.
That is, okay. But the same way, like TV shows, movies, they don't always have to follow comic things. That's just
true. Yeah,
that's an artistic choice.
If you lead it with the comic name, that's gonna maybe attract more of a crowd.
People who would recognize it and then go, "Oh yeah, that was a good comic. I want to watch that one."
And also, Civil War is a pretty cool name. I think.
Civil War is much better than Captain America v Iron Man.
Exactly.
And then what they did with Batman v Superman, they added that Dawn of Justice, which makes it sound better.
Yeah, it sounds grittier and all.
The film inherently, I think the only redeeming factors of that film are Wonder Woman being in it, and the fact that I think Jesse Eisenberg did quite a good job at
Luthor. I really like him. He's cool.
He's a very good actor.
Does a lot of stuff.
He sort of portrayed the maniac sort of.
I just want to be powerful.
Yeah, like too much money gives too much power sort of person. So he's
how about Justice League?
Justice League.
Well,
I really like the Flash.
There's this thing coming up, like that loads of people are doing, which is release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Zack Snyder directed most of it, like half of it or whatever, or most of it, but he couldn't continue because his daughter died, and he had to do that. So they got someone else in to refilm and do all that.
Had to kill his daughter.
I think it was Joss Whedon. No, they had to.
Joss Whedon really fell off.
Refilm the film and add more and whatever.
Oh,
I don't think it'll get any better. If I'm being honest, I think
because it's the story that's part of the problem. I don't think that it was just a bit cheap to bring Superman death back.
I don't think that was part. Well, it was obviously going to be part of Zack Snyder's script because you can't have Justice League without Superman.
Yeah,
and but I don't think he was going to do it in the same way.
I really hope he wouldn't.
I think he was going to do a build-up, and because at the end of Batman v Superman, the sort of the end credit scene or whatever, the fucking piece of dirt like floats up on his coffin. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
that could have led into something.
He's dead, but a piece of dirt floats up. So technically, is he still alive? So why the fuck would they need to do all that shit in
Justice League?
League if technically he might still be alive. And
It
then
would
why,
have been nice to see them play something off of
why was
that.
Superman so aggro when he was brought back to life? Why was he so angry with everything?
I don't know, they just didn't really explain anything properly. They were just, it was very
They sort of
rushed.
went, Superman's now alive. They all hate each other. They fight.
Yeah.
Superman flies off, goes back to his farm. Lois Lane comes. He stands out in a field, looks up at the sky, and goes, "Maybe I'm doing the thing wrong," and goes and helps them in the middle of Russia, where an alien invasion is happening.
Yeah, I personally think the Justice League is much, I think, as a concept and as like characters, because I think
It's an exclusive club
love Batman.
compared to the
Batman's probably my
Avengers.
favorite. Batman's probably my favorite superhero.
It's sort of what it does is it offers like I don't know quite how to explain it, but offers like heroes who have different sort of styles to an extent.
Yes.
Batman's this dark, gritty detective who goes out at night and fights people like the Joker or Two-Face, and then Superman's this sort of this being who can go anywhere he wants, and he fights people like Doomsday. And then Wonder Woman's similar to that, but she has her weaknesses, and she fights more like international threats.
Yeah, and she's more of like a god level sort of like more to do with gods and stuff. Like,
and then when it gets like really bad, they all team up and they all use their strengths like together.
Yeah,
because they're
like,
not
they don't overlap with strengths.
Mm.
Whereas in the Avengers, they've got loads of things that overlap.
Yeah,
you got more than 3 people that can fly in the Avengers, and oh god, that's just too many.
Yeah,
like,
I also think
Hawkeye and the Black Widow, for example, they're both like martial art masters. There you go. There's an overlap straight away, and it's the only thing they can do.
Exactly.
Bar Hawkeye, who can shoot an arrow, who's really accurate with an arrow, whereas Black Widow's really accurate with a gun.
Exactly.
They both do those shooting things really well.
Exactly.
Are we excited about the new Batman movie though? The one with
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yes, actually, I am rather excited about that.
Because it's directed by Matt Reeves, who did all of the Planet 8 movies, and those were sick. He's a very good director.
He's a good director, but directing's not all of it.
Yeah, that is true.
There was a lot of good stuff.
A good script writing team and good producer and good everything behind him. Good script hire or whatever.
Yeah.
I really like the sort of design aspects they're going for as well, with the gun in his chest plate.
Yeah.
It is so sick, and the way that the
thing made that killed his parents.
Yeah, and you got the half mask instead of the full mask that he usually has, so you can see his chin. It's just nice little tweaks like that make it feel fresh but new and sort of the same.
Have you also have you seen the surrounding cast as well? It is a very like star-studded cast. So you've got Andy Serkis playing Alfred.
Andy Serkis.
Oh my god!
I love
you've got Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Oh yeah, the Penguin is a sick villain.
So I think it's gonna be really cool. I feel like Andy Serkis would play a good Penguin as well as Colin Farrell. I think both of them sort of have that look about them.
Have we had a good on-screen Penguin yet? Because
yes, we have. We had
back in
Danny
the
DeVito.
80s. Yeah,
Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
I was thinking that one. Yeah. Oh, he did a beautiful job.
Yeah. Who's what's the name of the actor that played Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie? I think he could do a good.
Willem Dafoe.
That's the right.
Yeah, I think he could do a good Penguin.
Right.
I think he'd be a good Joker, Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he sort of has that. He has that like face structure, like the smile he can do. Like he's sort of got that sort of vibe about him.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I mean, we have other movies coming up. We've got Black Widow. We've got Wonder Woman 84. I don't think there's a lot we can say about those because all we've got so far are trailers. Yeah. We haven't really got any
trailers look good. The casts look good. There's nothing else we can really say about that.
Yeah, I think
I'm not too
MCU movies now. They're all going to be good, other than the odd like couple.
Although I'm not looking forward to the next phase of MCU. I think that the best of it is wholly behind it. I think
they've done their big crescendo, and now they're just Thanos, on the.
And it's just we've got to fight some.
Who do they go to after Thanos?
Galactus. That's what I think it's going to go.
I think they'll try and make the Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, Fantastic Four is coming in definitely.
Silver Surfer, Galactus, all that.
And I think they also wanted to work in the X-Men somehow, so that Deadpool could be part of the MCU. but I don't know.
Again, in the X-Men, are there any like really big villains? Well, you got Magneto, but he's one they fight regularly. You've got
Magneto's a sick villain.
who else have you got? You've
There was
got Doctor
Apocalypse.
Doom, maybe.
Doctor Doom, yeah.
That's not Fantastic Four though.
Oh, again, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Doctor Doom is. See, Doctor Doom is a general villain.
Yeah.
He plays
Yeah.
a role in all Marvel aspects.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Doctor Darth Vader.
Oh,
Sort of his
Fair, I mean-
statue in Harry Held.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I looked up like a whole bunch of facts before this, and every now and then it's just like, oh, I had a fact about that. I can't remember what it was though. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
I'm looking forward to what they do with the new MCU. I'm a bit skeptical, but I'm looking forward to what they do.
I hope they just finally make a good Fantastic Four film.
Do you think they're gonna?
If they make a good Fantastic Four movie, it could like offset the rest of the next phase of
Yeah,
movies.
get a good cast, good script writers.
The 2000s ones weren't too bad, were they?
Director. They weren't.
I thought they were
weren't
just
great.
so bad. Especially
I liked the first one. The second one was awful.
2015?
Yeah, 2015
the
one. That was
2015
awful.
one.
So
See, I thought that had a decent cast. Just
yeah,
everything
Michael
else.
B. Jordan as Human Torch was probably my favorite part of that movie.
I remember that being so
Everything else
hyped up because
was
everyone was like,
so
"Ooh,
bad.
it's got
Like,
good backing."
What
it's
even
got
was that
characters."
ending? What was the ending?
It just got worse and worse and worse throughout the movie.
There really wasn't that much story. It's just like, oh, we're going to this other realm.
It was
or something.
interesting how they got their powers. Like I like that idea of how they went into this alternate universe sort of
place.
thing.
But it was like he's been working on this since he was 7. I find it hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yeah.
Sounds a bit off.
You know, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about that. We probably need to go into depth with some of these, but
100%. Yeah.
But we're already at nearly 1 hour long. We're at 55 minutes. Probably going to round it off there.
Yeah, we'll call it a day there. Whoever's watching now, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening.
Next episode is not tomorrow, but the day after. It'll be on Star Wars. So if you have any we're gonna have Johnny again. So if you have any Star Wars questions, just either leave them in the comments of this one. Remember to like, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, make sure to follow.
We didn't have a sponsor segment there. You didn't find a sponsor.
Yeah, we couldn't find a sponsor. So if anyone if anyone does want to sponsor the Isolation Station, feel free. Any sponsor really is appreciated. So thanks for coming out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Hurrah.
Cheers.